Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to week 3 of my Veterans Homestead. I'm a little winded right now because there's gale force winds and giant rain outside. And after I came back to use the restroom, I discovered a nice leak in my window. Hey, at least I'm not out there.
In case anyone was wondering, this is the view from my toilet right now. I'd say it's pretty damn good. You could say it's the shit.
So you may ask how my solar's doing after 3 days of flash floods, tornado sirens, and a heck ton of rain. Well, I'll tell you what, right now it's doing okay. I've got water boiling, my refrigerator running, and I can charge my cell phone sufficiently. And that's all I've been doing. Been sitting in the dark and watching movies. If you guys would be interested in seeing how my solar system is set up and how everything runs efficiently or inefficiently, leave a comment in the video. I think that's how that works. Leave it down in the comments. Also, I like how everybody's commenting my slow descent into madness with my hair growing out. But the ultimate goal is, in about a year, I'm going to be donating it to Wigs for Kids for the cancer kids. I got some nice hair, so hopefully it'll make some nice wigs. Like I said, warm coffee. Black Rifle sponsor me. When you're stuck inside and you're conserving your solar, you have a wood stove. You might as well heat up your tea. You know the days when you're stuck inside because it's raining? I don't know if you can hear it. Tried to cancel it out. But you still need to eat? Well, I bring you... That's right. Spam. This is low sodium Spam because I'm trying to stay healthy. But I'm going to be cooking up some Spam, sharing it with the dogs, and then having green beans and Spam for dinner. It's going to be delicious. How am I going to cook it, you may ask? Whoosh. I got a camp stove. Hooked up, runs right off my propane line right here with a griddle on it. I can have burgers, Spam. I can cook a filet mignon on there if I want to, and it's going to be delicious. So that's what I'm having for dinner, and hopefully it's going to be good. Now, once I got the Spam on the grill, I always open up the back window just a little bit, so that way, you know, I don't die from the exhaust and propane and all that stuff. So then I unlock my bolt action drawer, open this guy out, and pull out my spatula. And that's just my 2 cents. Good morning, everybody. It looks like we made it through that night. Look at that. You see that up there? No rain. Crazy, no rain. So I'm going to do a quick walk through the property, see what we got going on as far as washouts, floods, down trees, anything new and exciting. It's 37 degrees out here. I'm in a hoodie and my sweet retirement hat, and it's chilly. So I should probably put on a better coat, but I don't want to. Well, that's a good thing. None of my downed logs were moved. That's pretty nice. I think I'm going to start doing a project this week with those. Coming down here, checking on the shed, seems all right. Oh, good. The trash pile didn't get taken away. I was worried about that. That's going to the dump this week. Doesn't look like we have any more down trees. This is back where I cleared all the property, all by hand. Ignore the skid steer marks. That's I just was wearing those shoes. That's what I have on the bottom of my cowboy boots. Well, the dry creek is still dry. But man, that thing goes on forever. Well, it looks like we found one tree that's freshly down. This was up at the beginning of the week. I'm pretty sure all the trees on my property are government conspiracies. Because look at that tree right there. That tree has got to be 60 feet long. There's 0 roots to it. None. It's held on by all these little guys. Now this isn't from this storm. But man, just look Some of these trees are completely just ripped off the top. Can you imagine the size of the storm and the snow and everything that happened to hit these trees to just snap off like that? It's either that or there's a family of chupacabras and Sasquatch living on the property. That's probably what it is. See, look, it's another tree that's just held on by absolutely nothing. If anybody can explain how this tree got so huge by getting handled on absolutely nothing, put it in the comments. Now, I just entered the Army Corps land that goes right to the back of my property. And as long as I don't cut anything down, I don't think they have an issue with me here. But I just found a whole running creek that wasn't here when I first moved in. So this is a pond that was made by the Army Corps. I don't know what the purpose of it is. Probably just to hold water. That's what most ponds tend to do. But I walked up from behind it, just going around checking out the property. If you look, right here is the edge of my property. So I think that means I'm allowed to fish a corner of it as long as I don't cast the line, right? If I catch a fish from the west side of the pond, then I'm good. But if I do it from the east side, I go to jail. I don't know. We'll just have to figure that one out. This is why you always scour the woods. I found a rake. It is probably a full mile to the closest building. So that's not my bus. So I don't see a name on it. I think it's Steve's now. So I got down here. Another just massive tree that snapped in half. But I'm thinking that this area right here would be great just for a little, like a deck or a gazebo that I could just look out and stare across the pond. Oh yeah. Have my breakfast down here, maybe put a little wood stove. Yeah, something big enough that we could put a tent, like a wall tent on. And that way, you know, when you guys come and visit, you have a place to stay with a good view to wake up to. I don't know if you guys have seen all the flooding, but man, this lake actually used to be empty. This is all flooding just from the last week. Guys, this is the first time we've been down to the lake since we've officially moved down here. And normally, the edge of the beach is out past where that rock is. It is probably another, I don't know, 100 feet from me, but we've had so much rain over the last couple of days that this thing has to be at least 5 feet higher. Guys, look, I found a boat or a dinosaur. Or just a downed tree. Could be anything. Look at these dumb dogs trying to get in the water. All right. If you look outside, look what's out there. Look what's out there. It's sun. It's sun. We have sun, which means that my solar panels are up and charging at the moment. And they are currently producing 194 watts of solar, which means at this rate, when I woke up this morning, my solar batteries were at 49%, which means I would have been able to last about one more day before I would have gone into a critical under voltage, and I wouldn't have been able to make my coffee. No one wants that. So with the rate that they're charging right now, I should have full batteries by noon, no issues. And right now it's 11:26. So if we keep going, we should be solid. All right. After 4 days of being stuck in a bus with 3 dogs and a wild Steve, the best way to clean up, leaf blower. Oh, it's everywhere. This might have made a bigger mess.
So now we're doing some after rain, after storm cleanup. And you know, I've always liked dealing with caulk. Now some people like black caulk, some people like white caulk. I like clear caulk because I'm a professional. And I'll put it everywhere. Caulk all over the windows, put caulk on the door. The only place I won't put caulk is anywhere on me or in me, because that just doesn't seem healthy. It's not medical resistant right there. I know people that have taken 3 or 4 caulks all at the same time. It's crazy. You should see the videos. But we're gonna caulk these windows, gonna slather it all on, and make sure that there's enough caulk on my bus that it's never gonna have to worry about getting wet on the inside again. Now, first thing you want to do when you're working with caulk is you want to snip the tip of the caulk. You gotta get the tip in there and just moil it. Yep, caulk's got a seal. You gotta pop that seal. Break the hymen. There we go. There's a hole in my caulk now. Now, put your caulk in the loader. And you're gonna seal. You're gonna seal your caulk with your caulk. Now, I had used, in a pinch, I had used some black caulk just to get me through the storm. And I'm not saying that it worked good or it worked poorly. I'm just saying, you know, sometimes a certain type of caulk just doesn't work. You have to get fresh caulk. So I'm replacing some caulk here. Hopefully that's going to prevent all my seals. I'm slapping the caulk on. Sometimes you just gotta slap the caulk. Now this is my caulk job. It's white and sticky and everywhere. And truth be told is I'm not a very good master of caulk. But every crack that was on there is now completely slathered in caulk. So once that dries, I imagine that all my wet, leaky problems will have been corrected. And I don't have to worry about the inside of my bus getting wet. So I have an issue. All my firewood got wet during this last storm. I've got to let it dry out. Walmart sells 1.5 cubic feet of already dried wood. Unfortunately, all these are 16 inches long, and my stove only accepts 8-inch chunks. Cardboard box, portable toilet, this is how it's going to get cut up. Perfect, right down the center.
Hey guys, I know it's been a crazy week. A lot of wet, a lot of rain, a lot of tornado warnings and sirens, and it's been kind of goofy. Being locked up, I have bus fever. You know, it's just one of those things, making stupid jokes and dad jokes. But you know what? That's what I wanted to do. So if you have something that you want to do, why don't you just go out and do it? You want to start a job? Go find one. You want to build your own career? Do it. If you want to dress up in a pink tutu and become the next nutcracker, I don't know, go for it. Hey, you do you. But remember, no one can stop you but you and the feds. So hope you guys all have the best week. I do appreciate you guys watching, because you took time out of your day to watch me, and that's all I can really appreciate. So thank you very much, and you guys have a great day. And don't forget to tune in next week on This Veteran's Homestead.